Yeah. Hmm.
Hello.
Hello.
What is doing?
Playing a game.
What
I'm
game?
just playing some 7 Days.
Yeah, I'm down.
I bet.
Who the hell was that in that video Chucky sent?
Big Chucky.
Chucky and who?
I don't know. Oh shit. Oh shit.
What are you shitting, buddy?
He's learning.
Just learning.
The AI in the game I'm playing.
Uh,
It's kind of a sick concept though for a game. It's like you're the Elden Ring boss basically. You're like an Elden Ring style boss. And the gimmick is that like every time you kill this dude, he just comes back and he like slowly learns how to like backstep your like attacks and your moves and shit. Kind of cool.
interesting. Killer.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about all this ice stuff that's going on?
Uh, uh, I was trying to come up with a quippy pun about ice, but I couldn't do it off the top of my head. I mean, it's all right. I don't really care.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, I think it's fair enough that people who are here illegally are getting kicked out.
Can I be the devil's advocate?
Go for it.
Um, say out of the few times, because I don't know if they're true or not, but let's just say that they are true, that they're deporting people who are American citizens. How do you feel about that?
It's very few and far between, and the examples of them being American citizens are relatively. It's not like they're clear cut American citizens for the most part. I do think it's wrong, but it's not like they're clear cut American citizens. Meaning that it's a lot of like, oh, they technically are illegal because they did this, or they joined the military, or they're married to someone, blah, 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 blah. It's not actually like, oh, they were born here type American citizen.
Wouldn't you think, though, that serving in the military grants you that asylum of being an American?
Well, I mean, that's I didn't deny that it should, but also it does make sense why it's a little bit of a trickier topic than just what's it called? Sorry. Give me 1 second.
You're good.
Um
I'm getting on 7 days to die, by the way.
It does make sense why it's a little bit of a trickier topic than just like straight up.
Yeah, like obviously, like this is what I was trying to explain to my wife was like, obviously there's gonna be hiccups and stuff, and there's gonna be like bumps in the road, and not everything's gonna go according to plan, and will there mistakes be made? 100%. But I mean, this is kind of like one of the things that I voted for was mass deportation, and what about, because she also brings up like, what about all the like American citizens who aren't necessarily protesting, but are kind of protesting it and that are being killed because of it?
It's so few and far between. You are associating yourselves with groups of people who are actively impeding lawful traffic, lawful like everything, and you're associating with an entire group of people who are out. The people who are getting killed are very, 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 very slim to basically none, that they're not participating in some form of disrupting the peace.
Auckland's just
Yeah,
a fucking racist.
like there was one guy who just recently got killed because he was recording them. And obviously, I don't know what happened before that, but let's just say, for convenience sake, he was around the area during the time, saw ice or whatever, started recording, and then they told him to stop recording them, and that's when he gets tackled by 6 of them, maced, and then shot to death.
Yeah, that's wrong. But
Yeah, that's what I
what's it
said. I said,
called?
well, obviously that's wrong, and the people that,
Well, I mean, overall, police are very abusive, and it's a big problem, but it's not, definitely not just in relation to the deportation thing. Police confiscate the most amount of like if you were to take like stolen goods and actually confiscated goods by the police like confiscate the most. They kill the most amount of. They're some of the highest percentage of like animal killings of people's dogs and stuff. They are they're just overall a relatively bad thing when it comes to many of these statistics that people kind of conveniently ignore.
yeah, I agree with that. Like, cause she's like on like this, she's on a pretty high level about like, well, it's happening there, and it's probably very soon going to happen in New Mexico. And she truly believes that a lot of the ICE agents aren't really necessarily going after for or looking at people and like whatever. They're just kind of going off of skin tone and accent. But it's like, what else are they supposed to go off of? I mean, they're illegal. It's not like they have like a database of all the illegal people, and they're like, well, let's go here. Obviously, they gotta like make
Well, I mean,
make
dude,
a
as
basis
long as you
assumption.
can present your ID,
That's what
you
I'm
should be
saying.
chilling.
I'm like, you should be fine. But then that comes to the question of like for me, like if they're like, you look kind of, or even like Logan, if they're like, hey, you look
Yeah,
Mexican,
that's a
show me
better
your ID.
example.
That's a better example. Me personally, I know he's a United States citizen, and me personally, I would be like, why the fuck are you checking his shit? Like,
Well, yeah, you're not
he's not
supposed.
doing anything illegal.
No, I
So
mean,
why the fuck you need to see my ID? Why do you need to see my brother's ID?
Well, he
I-
looks Mexican.
Fair, but still.
you shouldn't have to show your ID. It is pretty easy to.
That's why being Aryan is just so amazing.
That's why,
Especially
cause
in
she's
that
all like,
movie.
well, let's say they round us all up in the middle of the night, and then you gotta sit there and prove that you're an American, and you gotta sit there with an immigration officer, and you don't know what's happening to me or happening to your daughter and stuff, and I'm like, I doubt it would get that far, but I mean, let's just hypothetically
The
say that's the case,
emotional
then
appeal.
what the hell can I do? I'm like, I'm already locked up, and I gotta plead my case. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. I mean, you know, if that happens, I mean, let's just say, I should have stopped her and been like, let's just say hypothetically they try breaking into this house. The dogs are gonna let me know, and then they try breaking in. I'm gonna freaking shoot their asses because well, my assumption is it's a home intruder. But let's say they knock and they're like ICE agents. I open up the door. They're like, you need to come, or they start arresting me. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, we're all American citizens. I have my ID. I served in the military. What the hell are you guys doing? And then I'm gonna say probably 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be like, well, do you have any way to prove it? And I'd be like, yeah. And I would show them all my stuff, and I'd be like, I'm gonna fucking sue you guys now. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna sue you guys. And they shoot me in the head because they don't want to get sued. So, you know. She's also seen evidence. Now, this is TikTok evidence, so it's not the greatest, but she's also seen evidence that people who witnessed crimes against or people who were like involved in the Jeffrey Epstein stuff are also being deported. So like the women who were trafficked with the Jeffrey Epstein shit are being deported. So she's like, how can there be an active investigation and you're deporting the witnesses to
Hold on.
or the actual people to that? Let me know when you guys are on, and I'll start the game.
I'm making ramen right now.
You're making rum right now?
Ramen.
Oh, ramen. Yeah, that shit's bad for you, bro. Like hella bad for you. You should
How?
be eating steak and eggs, bro, because of all the preservatives and shit, dog.
Oh,
You should be
fuck
eating a grass-fed steak and eggs, bro. That's the freaking Aryan diet, bro. Instead you're eating that Chinese Israel fucking goy slop, bro. What the hell's wrong with you?
Dog, even the fucking steaks I have here are probably goy slop.
That's why you gotta
You don't
shop
think that
locally,
shit's...
bro.
Dude, you don't think fucking all that meat's pumped up with coloring and water and shit?
Coloring
And
in
it's
water.
fucking like 3
If you're
months old.
If you're buying it probably from Walmart and shit, then yeah, but you should be getting some fucking local shit, bro. Go to a butcher shop. It's not that goddamn hard.
It is kind of fucking that goddamn hard.
It
That's
is
very
not hard.
inconvenient.
That's not inconvenient. It's just laziness.
Yes, it is.
You
No,
know,
it's not, dude.
it's
I'm not gonna fucking
inconvenient. It's
drive
inconvenient to
out
eat
an hour.
something other than McDonald's. You could just drive through McDonald's every day, but you don't. So
I
you're
guarantee you there's a
Well,
local
no,
butcher
that's not
shop near
convenient
him
because
that's like
McDonald's
10
has
minutes
terrible
down the road.
customer service. I could fucking go home, make up an actual healthy meal before I would get my food at fucking McDonald's.
I'll admit I'll have a McDonald's I'd say like I crave it once a month and I'll get it. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect, but
Bruh.
for the
That's
most
how I am
part,
with Taco Bell.
I'm supporting
I
local
love Taco Bell.
and buying meat from the butcher and shit. And doing research on brands that I buy from stores to make sure that it's the money's being funneled here very well, like farmers and shit. Switched our milk over to one that is a co-op, and it's majority run by farmers and shit. So I'm happy about that, and it tastes good.
I might just go on like a Jesus diet. Just like never ever eat.
For 40 days and 40 nights.
Yeah. And just kind of do that on and off. So, you know, go 40 days, don't eat, and then break fast with some veggies and shit, and then go on another one.
Hey Killer, how do you feel about the whole argument that Jesus was a Jew up until he was crucified and then he becomes the new covenant, which is Christianity?
If you
Fucking
mean
probably
like
hates it.
if you mean, I mean, technically yes, he is a Jew, but at the same time, everything he did was already always in preparation to unjudaize. Not necessarily unjudaize, but everything was in preparation for Christianity and his death on the cross thing. So technically, that's
Right.
I would say that's a poor argument because the father would have eternal knowledge of what that would entail by giving up his son. So therefore, it seems like a very weak argument
What?
that
And that he was a
he
Jew up
would
until.
Um, I mean, wasn't he doing stuff that went against a lot of the Jewish traditions?
No, not necessarily.
During that
Everything,
time?
not necessarily. Everything he did was the reason what he
Well, what do you
argued.
mean? He
And
literally said that fucking goys are just as capable as Jews.
well, first of all, the
No
reason
Jewish
Said it.
rabbi saying
He
that
said
shit.
that. He said that exactly like that, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is a complete misinterpretation. A lot of Jews didn't even think like that too, and what a lot of
Yeah,
Jews argue
bullshit.
is that Jesus was he's a reformer of basically, because if you argue
Dude,
that like
Lachlan's a fucking little Israel sellout.
I just argued against the
Oh,
Jews,
no.
retard, just a second ago.
No, you didn't.
All I'm
You
hearing is
literally didn't.
I love Bibi Netanyahu, bro. That's
Oh,
all I'm
man.
hearing. And long live Israel. That's all I'm hearing from Killer right now.
I mean, that's also another one you would have to accept though as a Christian is that the rabbinical Judaism was corrupting Judaism because Judaism is technically good in the faith. It has been good. It is God's chosen people good. So therefore, you got to kind of bite the bullet and be like, well, people were just twisting it and Jesus reformed it.
So what you're saying
Lachlan's low-key a bitch.
is there was another subsect of Judaism that was corrupting the face value of Judaism?
Yes, that's what the whole there's so many parts of the Bible where he's getting like stoned or spit on or friggin'
Yo,
straight up
Jesus was a fucking
attacked
stoner.
by
I didn't know that.
by by like
You smoking
what
that
were they
motherfucking
called?
kush, nigga.
They weren't called rabbinical. What were they called? Um
Oh, dude, stop acting like you don't know, you fucking Jewish sellout.
I think you probably know nihilistic, right?
No, not really.
Probably
Um
doesn't love Israel like you.
the Pharisees. The Pharisees. They're
Mm.
the ones who were shitting all over Jesus and stuff. People say they're the ones that got him killed and everything.
If Jesus
Okay.
can't die, dude. He literally
So
can't die.
Jesus was just kind of bringing it back to the old ways, and
Well,
because
he bringing it back and also giving something new because of the fact that he dies for everybody's sins. So it's not like technically everybody who was a Jew just in
Wait,
at
so
least Christian
if
belief would
Jesus
just
was just
eventually
another rabbi, does that mean every single rabbi can fucking
no.
overcome death?
Where did you even get that from?
no,
What are you
No,
talking
Jesus
about?
was a rabbi.
Yeah,
no.
he's a Jewish rabbi.
I don't think he was Big
Anyways,
Dog.
Jack's retarded. Um, no. So you, what was I saying
The
before Jack
retarded dude Jesus was
interrupted?
literally a rabbi.
That he was kind of going against the Pharisees,
Oh
and
yes,
he
yes.
was
So
kind of
you,
bringing back the like
so
the
it
laws that they were supposed to follow, but also bringing
yeah.
something new, and then that
It would
new
also
or
depend
Christians
on what.
believe that.
Yeah, it would depend on which kind of denomination of Christianity you are too, because different ones view it differently. There's some that believe there's segmentary ones, I believe, which divide time periods into separate different chunks, and that technically everything that applied to the Jews in the Old Testament still applies to Jews, but doesn't apply to Christians. And that there's a bunch of different denominations. However, the typical like view is that Jews just became Christians, and that everybody before
Well,
that,
obviously not.
well, yeah, that's the
Well,
point. That the
as a Catholic, as a Roman Catholic, I believe that once Jesus died for our sins, then everyone becomes Christian after the fact, and only naysayers such as Jews, Islam, the Chinese are all freaking heretics, and they need to be freaking crusaded upon.
Dude, bro, that's not right, man.
all I got.
All right, that was kind of a joke, but in all seriousness, it, from my learning is that yes, once Jesus died on the cross, then that's when it converts over to the New Testament, and everyone is a Christian or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm, mhm.
and that's why Jews don't believe he is the Messiah, that he was just another kind of Jew creating trouble or whatever, if that's what you want to believe or whatever. But
A Jewish magician.
yeah, like David Copperfield or something.
I heard Jesus learned magic in Egypt.
Would so after that, I'm assuming even after the crucifixion, the Pharisees were still there, right?
Mhm.
And do you
People
think
do
they still
argue.
exist?
Well, I mean, kind of. At that, it's getting to such a point that it's like so far in a different time that like you have to kind of be like, is that technically the same thing? So kind of. I mean, if we want to
I
get
mean,
really, really technical,
what was
friggin'
Jesus calling out that the Pharisees were doing? Wasn't it like a lot of what wasn't a lot of it like greed, a lot of it lust, a lot of it
um,
Kind of all of it, man.
kind Jack kinda is right there.
What?
It's more it's more so that they weren't it was a couple things, like, they weren't actually doing what they were saying that people ought to do. Um, they were also, kind of, uh, putting themselves in a place of, like, pride, basically,
So
above
if the
all
food we
others.
got is goy slop, what the fuck are Jews eating? That's so much better.
well, they eat
Um,
kosher shit, dude, and let me tell you, if you see something that says kosher, fucking buy it and eat it because it's probably fucking delicious and it's not packed full of shit. I've started doing
mhm,
that. If I see
mhm,
something
yep,
that's kosher, I'll buy it
mhm. Do you know how they
and it
kill the
tastes
animals?
better.
Mhm,
Huh?
mhm. Do you know are you just doing that for the funsies? Because do you know how they kill the animals, kosher animals?
No, I don't really find meat that's kosher. I'm just saying like other products. Like there was like
Like
some
what?
like crackers and shit that I bought,
Pickles?
and no, for some reason the water that I buy is kosher.
Wait, what the fuck is kosher? I thought that was like a
I'm
pickle brand
assuming
or something.
it is, I mean, it's kind of like a pickle brand. It is like a type of pickle, but from what I understand was is kosher is that the food that is made or prepared isn't around, I believe it's like pig livestock. That was my understanding of it.
No, it's just according to the laws. So it's according to all the laws of the Old Testament is how that it needs to be made.
Oh, that's
Which
gay as
is
fuck.
I couldn't tell you all of it off. There's like legitimately so many things that it probably not probably there is a retarded amount of things that it is. A stupidly insane amount of things that it'd be.
well, I know Christians are just as bad as at with Jews about this, but I feel like Jews are very like they have like this whole way about they do things, and it's like they're like twisting the logic of of basically what God commanded them to do, and they're like twisting it in a weird way to make it benefit them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, dude. That's why they're all fucking rich and own everything.
Because isn't there like some weird law that like you have to like go like wash your hand, and then after you're done washing
Yeah.
your hands, you gotta pray, and you can't talk to anybody
What's
until
up,
you eat
Kellen?
a piece of bread?
That one I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, they have like some weird ritualistic shit
We're
that they
talking
do for
about
all their shit.
how Jews are devil worshippers.
Jews?
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
Jews.
devil. I think it's Moloch, right? Or something like that. Cabal or something. The god of Saturn.
I mean,
Or
they're
the
all winning
Saturn
at
There,
the
god or
end, no?
something.
I mean, there's a metric shit ton people accuse him of.
Saturn worship. 666.
Jack, get on CS. Or Diddy or Bo.
Killer
Fucking
Jack,
did it
get
and
on
shit.
freaking 7 days, bro. If you wanna play CS, I get it. I get it, Jack. But I'm gonna.
Seven gays to die, dude.
That's fucked up.
Hope you know, freaking me and Chucky dominated last night in CS while no one
Yeah,
was
tell
on.
me about it.
I actually believe it. Nihilus was kind of a dog his first time playing.
Game I didn't do good because my daughter woke up and I had to go and fucking. We were doing so good, and then the one of the teammates just kept killing me because I was AFK, so he got banned, and then another person left, so it was a 3v5 for fucking the last pretty much. I think it was like 7 games until we lost because we never
There's so many
forfeited.
fucking retards on this game.
But the second game we dominated except for whatever reason, dude. Like for 3 games straight, my connection was just ass, dude, and I couldn't move. Like I would move forward, and then it would rubber band me back
Yeah.
to where when I first started moving, and then
Is it
it would
showing packet
put me
loss?
back. No, dude. Like my ping would jump from like 90 to like 200, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Like it honestly, you know, what it felt like. It felt like someone was DDoSing me. It felt like old Siege days where you're getting DDoSed. That's what it felt like. Everyone else in the game was fine, but for some reason I was just freaking. Well, no, I take that back. One guy got kicked, and then he came back on our team, and then it happened to the other team. One guy got kicked, so maybe it was just the server we were on. Maybe it was just
Yeah,
a
I
kicked
think
up
CS
server.
servers are kind of fucking buns.
Yeah,
It was a
all the new season just came out, so.
it was a Dallas server, and we played on the new map too. That's the one we dominated on.
God damn, Chucky was playing on a fucking Dallas server.
Yes,
That motherfucker was probably 300 ping.
he was doing fine.
Have
He
you?
was killing it actually.
You don't like Warden, Kellen?
What?
Have you played Warden?
Killer, are you getting on 7 days, bro?
I'm on
I'm going to
bloody
get you.
7 days. I haven't had an invite.
Huh?
What?
Okay,
What
my
is Warden
bad,
like
nigga.
Siege?
No, fucking, it's the new map. There's Warden, Stronghold, Alpine.
I haven't played it.
Which is the one that's like a
Oh.
castle and it's like tunnels and shit, but there's cannons?
That's Stronghold. I haven't played that yet.
Yeah, that one.
No.
That one was pretty cool. It was confusing though. It does feel a lot of I think counter terrorist CT. I think it was pretty CT dominant though. But we still won once we switched sides, so maybe not.
Alpine's a pretty good map, but it's fucking hostages.
Oh, I don't fuck with hostage.
Remember when Siege had hostage in ranked?
Oh yeah.
Just play Warden, Jack. I'll play Warden and Stronghold.
Well, Stronghold's got a 4 fucking minute queue.
Remember when Siege the kill cams and everything was in black and white?
Bro, I remember.
That game was actually good.
I invited you, Killer.
Yeah, and then they started adding trannies, and it was just kind of just downhill from there.
Facts. Dude, that was straight facts. You just spit, bro.
What's the server password?
It's Udai, and I believe it's in all caps. I don't.
I don't know why I need to put it in again. Hopefully I still have my shit.
Yeah, it still shows you as someone in the game. It doesn't show your level or anything until you get in, but.
Wow. Dude, she said she's gonna kill herself.
Nihilistic, were you crying when
It's
friggin'
fucking.
the Pope
No, it's
said
not. It's not.
Nihilistic, were you crying when the Pope said that Muslims can have a little pray area in the Vatican?
No, I didn't even know about it. But now that I know about it, I'm probably gonna cry. But I think it's really dumb. In reality. Which one's Cameron? That's Chucky, right?
Yeah,
What's the other one's name?
Hatcher. Hatcher and Cameron.
The video that got slapped,
Yeah.
that was Hatcher. That was a young Hatcher. That was in like 20s, before 2020 is all I know. Dude, Hatcher was in Mauger. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Nihilistic, I
Did he
really
get
want to
in
hit
some
that
sort
button
of
on the garage.
accident?
Yeah,
What's
but
up?